Hello everyone, how are you today? You are here at Claro Beauty and Life with Claudia Lara. Thank you very much for being here with me today. Today we're going to talk about the Charlotte Tilbury face palette, the Instant Look of Love in a Palette, Pretty Blush Beauty. I chose this today because I know the Sephora sale is still happening and they have it there, the same as other face palettes, but I just wanted to show you how easy, how fast, how, everything in one, how you can just travel with this and it will work out for you. So I thought it would be important to bring it up. So here we are. Now, as some of you might know, if you've been with me, or most of you probably are new, I'm trying a new foundation every time I tune in. So that way you kind of see how a foundation looks on its own. And then at the end, I'm going to give kind of my final notes on all the ones that I have tried. So today, and it was very interesting, I'm actually very happy I'm doing this because I have forgotten about some of the foundations I actually own. So today, looking through and seeing what I was going to wear, since this is a very, you can say natural look or casual look or wedding-like look, very natural. I thought of using something very natural too. And besides, that is really my style. That's really what I normally wear every day. It's not like I go out to these big events to really do a whole face. And so this is more or less the style that you'll be seeing. Although now I've been interested in kind of trying out different things or different challenges to do more of a makeup look. So that might be coming here and there. So going back to today, I'm wearing this Chanel, and this is Le Beige, and it's a Sheer Healthy Glow Moisturizer Tint with SPF of 30 sunscreen. So this is a moisturizer tint, which has SPFs, which is great. So you can just put this on an everyday, right? Like almost a lot of the ones that I have mentioned. Now it's a little different than the other ones because this definitely feels more like a moisturizer tint, not like a foundation. I think it covers the least, yet it gives you this full canvas, full color. I don't know, I'm trying to see. It didn't cover that well my under eyes or the redness, yet it did give me this kind of finalized look that it doesn't look like I have absolutely nothing. And it gave me a little bit of moist, so that's nice. And of course the SPF. So if I'm gonna be out and about with the sun and all of this, I usually don't wear SPF, my bad, I know, totally. So the fact that this has SPF in it is great, it's awesome, and I appreciate it. I guess that's why I bought it to begin with, right? Anyhow, so that's what I am wearing, and we will begin. Oh, I also wanted to mention another thing. I have a lot of fragrances, but I also order a lot of samples of fragrances because I'm always trying out. I like to see what's out there. I like to see what the whole fuzz about it is and all of these things. So perhaps I might be introducing one or two here with you as well, so you can start getting to know them as I am, and then give me your thoughts, because at the end I've been learning a lot from your comments, so I really appreciate that. That was unexpected. I mean, I guess I should have expected it, but I didn't realize how generous you guys are with your comments, your suggestions. So yeah, I like that a lot. So anyhow, I purchased, I don't remember what I purchased from Sephora, but I received this sample of the Guerlain Aqua Allegoria Mandarin Basilic, and I just been loving it. I'm usually not a fruity sort of person, even less the citruses sort of thing. I know that they're very good for the house smelling nice and fresh and inviting. I mean, sometimes because I'm big on essentially oils, I'm always burning them. You see I have one in the back, but they're all throughout my house. Maybe I should be bringing those up as well here and there. So I understand the benefits. They're also kind of uplifting the mood and open you up, and so you're feeling a little down, this kind of smells, the citruses, the oranges, the limes, really help with your mood. But this one surprised me. This one, of course, mandarin basilic. It surprised me because the mandarin at the beginning feels strong and not as sweet. It's not like an orange. No, it's a little more sour, a little more with kind of instead of opening up. It's kind of like, you know, you just like, it kind of confronts you or wakes you up or puts you in some kind of wake up, be here now, and smell this. And so I'm gonna put on a little bit right now. So I'm just gonna spray a little bit in my arm. Oh my God, this is so good. I mean, again, it's not like I'm used to putting this as a perfume per se and be smelling like this, even though it is lovely. But for my mood, oh yeah, this really, what is it, optimize you? Not optimize you, but makes you positive. It really brings that kind of, changes the attitude. I don't know if that makes sense. You know, like a flowery essence might put me in more feminine mood or softer mood or sweeter mood. No, this one just wakes me up, makes things a little nicer, more positive, and it puts me like, okay, we can keep going. We can go. Life is interesting. Life is, you know, so of course, I ordered this. And now with the Sephora sale, I order it for sure. I didn't order the big bottle. I ordered the travel size, just 30 millimeters. It was only like $30. And that's me because I have so many and I fluctuate in my moods and in my wants and in my likes. So the ones that I have full bottles of, they're just sitting there, you know, and then I get interested in all of this. I mean, I don't know if this happens to you. I used to be the kind that will buy one perfume and that was my perfume and everybody recognized me by that perfume. And then it would change depending on the decade, or it would change depending on my life. So there's like those 2 or 3 that I stay with for a long while. But then I got into this time period where I haven't found the one like that, and it seems that now I have like the 100 of the ones, and now sometimes it gets a little overwhelming what I feel like wearing. But what I do is I just randomly select one sample, and then you know, I do it kind of that way. So for today, I didn't bring it because I wanted to showcase this. I was gonna show you one that is Dahlia, which was a little sweeter for the palette that we're gonna do today, but that's okay. I started with this. So if the sale in Sephora is still going, I really recommend this fragrance. And if you don't want the full bottle, you can get the travel size like I did. I might end up buying the big one, even for ambience in the room or something like that, but not for now. So enough, right? Enough. Let's start. I'm always rambling. Okay, so let's start with this thing. Oh, and of course I got other things from Sephora, but I'll talk to you about it when I receive them. Well, if you want to know, because the sale is still going, I did get the Oribit shampoo as well, shampoo and conditioner for Shine. We'll see. I can talk to you a little bit more about that and other fragrances, but I don't want to keep going on with that, because if then, you know, this always happens to me. I just feel like I want to tell you all these things. So perhaps you want to hear it, perhaps not. Anywho, let's get back to the palette. So one of the reasons I love this palette is an everyday palette. Of course, you can make it night with that kind of sparkle. But I love it because it has everything. So it has a little bit of contour bronzer. It has a little bit of highlight kind of powder. And then it has the blushes, although in here, oh, all right, never mind. Most palettes are like that. I see here, and now I'm remembering, this is actually a face powder. So you can put powder after your foundation, which that's great, that's new. The other ones are the highlight and then 2 blushes. Here, this is kind of a face powder, and then you have the highlight there. I think this is smart for most people like to have a face powder. I don't usually wear one. And you know, she has the duo, which I recommended for the Sephora sale, the one that has the bronzer and the highlight. I'm trying to see, yeah. So she usually has this one, and has a bronzer and kind of a highlight powder thing. And I really recommend, I think this is a basic that in your collection, you know, is very useful. But this one has a little more shine to it. So it's not probably what you would put under the eye or to set your foundation. This one, and she's known, there's a lot of people that love her powder, her face powder. I'm not a very big powder girl. And if I were to wear powder, Charlotte Tilbury is not my favorite. Yet, if you're traveling or you just want to easy everything in one place, I think this is a great idea. And then you have your highlight. And then, of course, your blush. And then these are your 3 eyeshadows. And as usual, if you can tell there were numbers there, she usually likes to tell you how to wear them. So she has 1, 2, and 3. So, you know, where to place your eyeshadows. So she says kind of, I can't read the number 1, but I think it was all over, or lid, and then enhance, and then smoke. But you'll see how I do it. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the contour bronze. And by the way, I'm using her brushes. This came in a holiday case. I think the same brushes are offered this year, but in a red case. The case looks pretty cool. And pretty nice. So it's a red case, and I think it's a hard case, kind of maybe a little wider and harder. So I think you can put other things in it, which I think that's a great idea. Although if you just want to put it in your purse, I like this idea. But the brushes are the same one, and you can always take the brushes out. I have done that and just put them in a smaller case or something. Because this is also kind of, it's beautiful, but it's kind of bulky as well, unless I'm having a big tote bag, which sometimes I do. All right, here's the bumbling again. So back to the palette. So I'm gonna take that contour bronzer sort of shade, sort of. Look how beautiful. The thing about Charlotte Tilbury and why I love this brand is when they're very friendly, easy, because obviously I have a lot of bronzers. And this one, for me, that is fade. Like I like a lot of the Dior sort of bronzing contouring, but they're more lighter or more in the bronzy, orangey. I don't know, I'll show you in another video so you can see the difference. This one is darker, and yet it goes well, and it makes that shading contour. So it's not just putting a little bit of bronzy, darker shade on the outside of your face, which if you have heard me say, when you put the kind of the bronzing outside in the outside of your face, it brings light in the center, and you like that. I mean, you want that. So, and especially as we age, our faces mature, right? And so they become stronger, like wider, or more droopier, right? But we get a little bigger in our state of being. All right. So I'm usually, I think, more awake in the morning or clear in the morning. Today is dark, but I didn't want today to pass without putting up a video for you guys, because I have so many I want to share with you. And I like this idea of putting a video per day. I hope you're liking it too. That way, you know, we visit each other for a little bit. All right. So there you have it. You can keep piling, going on and on. This is the great thing about Charlotte Tilbury's makeup, that is so blendable and it doesn't get cakey, etc. So, you know, luxury brands. So the same brush, I'm gonna use the same brush for everything that is face, and then you'll see the eyes. So now I'm gonna do the cheek, which is this color. And I'm using that color, but you can also blend it with the highlight if you wanted a little bit more of a shiny kind of look. I don't. You saw the other video that it was Glowgasm, and it was all about being glowing, shiny, and all of this. I was very happy one person of you comment that you guys like that glowy look. You know, that's what I'm saying. You never know. There's something for everybody. For me, it was kind of a bronzier, glowy look. It's not really what I would go for, but that's what I'm saying. You'd be surprised. There's people that's what they like. Look how beautiful, right? With, without, with, without. So I'm gonna put the blush. I put the blush and then the highlight while I was talking. I don't know if you saw that, and then I kind of mix them together, but I apologize for that. Now I'm going to show you. So this is the blush. Put it a little lighter. And then I'm going to put a little bit of the highlight. And so what I did, because it's such a mild highlight, but you can see it there, you see? Then I kind of brought it all together with the highlight. Because this is kind of, it is a highlight, but it has some powder blending, but it is a highlight. It's not like those bling, bling, bling highlights. You can, of course, now add a highlight if you wanted more bling, but for an everyday and everything, and I could see it. And you know why I can see it the most is because it's kind of a darker color of a highlight than what I would usually like. I'll give you an example. So I explained that this is one that I do use, which is sort of light. And then if you see, I'm talking about this one, the little square right there. You see, it's a lot darker. And the reason is because she just made two of these palettes, right? Light and medium. So she's trying to get not only to the light skin, but also to the medium skin. So I prefer this highlighter over this. But again, if you're just traveling and you want all one and easy, well, you can deal with that, right? But for me, this one gives a little more golden look. And then, of course, since she did add this powder, you can put a little bit of powder, you'll see. So I'm going to take a little bit of that powder just to cover a little bit of the redness, maybe bring it a little bit here to cover. And so when I'm doing that, even though this is definitely darker powder that I would like, probably this is the number 2 instead of the number 1 that I will wear, or the light. But if I do this, because the palette is made to be together, it will make everything, even this golden highlight, to go more with the look. So, and you know, thankfully today I tried this Chanel Moisture Tint that it was in the bright side. And so this little powder being a little bit darker, it doesn't bother me that much, because there's some foundations or some tinted moisturizers that are a tiny bit darker than I would like them. Then adding this powder, then it will really make it uncomfortable for me. But since this is sort of my color, a little tint lighter, then adding this other powder a little bit darker, it still feels like I'm okay with the coloring. All right. I think it just brings a little more warmth to my face than if I was wearing all the cool tones or the lighter tones. I hope all of this is making sense. So we're done with the face. Now we're gonna go into eyes. And look how easy. I mean, there's some Instagram little videos that they show you how they made all of this like in 2 minutes. And yes, you can do it that quickly. So the first thing, I'm gonna do the enhance what they do. 1, 2, 3. Should I follow the instructions or should I go my way? You know, I'm a rebel. Let's go their way. Let's go their way. All right. So first, this very sparkly sort of, she kind of says all over. I'm just going to put it in my lid. There you go. Look how beautiful it is. Wow. So I'm only putting it in my lid. And if you've seen my other videos, you know that I always like to go up here, and you see my natural eye shade going all the way up here. You see that's my natural coloring, right? And I do that to lift up a little bit. Obviously, this has a lot of, what do you say, shimmer, spark. So I would not bring it up there. I will follow the instructions like she says. I'm making sure that it fills the whole eyelid, and I'm making sure I bring it all the way out here to the teardrop, outside of the teardrop. That way I want all of this brightened up. Okay. And then I'm going to go to this second color, this one, same brush. And this is enhanced. So now this one, I will go above and then down. And of course, everything is blending up. And it's okay if some sparkle comes up, obviously, because this is the look. If it was me, and perhaps I can do that on the other day, on the other eye, if you saw my hesitation, I wanted to start with the number 2 first and then just add the sparkle in the lid. I can try that on the other and just see if it will make any difference. So what this is doing is obviously bringing the outer part of my eye a little darker. Barely. I mean, I can barely see it. I don't know about you. And we want that because that is what kind of lifts the eye, right? So if you don't mind, I was going to do the other eye off camera, but let's try it on camera so we see what I'm talking about. So I have nothing there. Let's see if I wanted to start with the medium shade first. And see if that will make any difference. See, I thought it had less shimmer, but it does have shimmer. It was not just a sparkle coming up. Can you see it? Yeah, it's a little shiny. I mean, it's not as sparkly as the bottom one, but it's a little shiny and it's very beautiful. So really, if you want it, because again, you can do so many things with this palette. For example, I could have just put the bronzer in here, the powder in my lid. Let's put a little bit of that powder. And no shimmer, you know, don't go, or even some of the highlight. There you have it. You see that? This could have been a more natural, just a little bit. This one already has a little more sparkle, but this, and you could have done it with this face without using the eyeshadows, more using the bronzer, the highlight, you know, and now we have the third eyeshadow color. So this is what I'm talking about. In this eye, I have used this all over my lid and this. I haven't even finalized it. But in this other eye, I put this one in the outer and then I put this in the lid. You could have just put this one. This one has, this is matte. This has a little bit of highlight in it, golden. And then I put this in the outside. I could even add this one. Let's put a little bit. You see how beautiful? Oh yeah. And that would create another sort of look because it has a little bit more of the pink in there. Oh, I love this eye. What do you guys think? Now, of course, to equalize it, I can put a little bit more of the pink also over here. And I can put some of the sparkle over here. But what I want you to understand is that there is those two looks. Of course, they're both natural, they're both everyday, but if it's early in the morning and you don't want to look like you have all these sparkles, you can just do something like that. Of course, then there's the eyeliner in the darker color and then the mascara. So it will be a finalized look. But if it's more in the evening or more later in the day and you want this sparkle, which looks beautiful and understated, it's not like you're going to a discotheque or anything. It could be just during the day, very beautiful. Or you can really, I mean, if I put not a liquid eyeliner, we can really work this out. And you'll see, because I'm just the lip color also changes everything. So I'm loving what I'm seeing so far. So I'm gonna change the brush. It has two others for eyes, one very small. So I want the small one. Well, no, I'm gonna use the medium one, this one. And so I just wanna put a little bit of this color, which is the medium of the eyeshadows. The one that I put up here as well. This one. Just because I want something underneath to kind of start putting the thing together. And then of course we haven't done the darkest, which is this one. So I do want to put a little bit of that out here, as always, because that helps uplift my eye. And the other one. And we'll blend in a second. But this B, even though you can't really see much, but it darkens that corner. We always want that. Then I'll put it as a eyeliner here too, close to my eyelashes. Look how beautiful it is. I love Charlotte Tilbury. It really is such a nice, soft, understated, yet elegant. Wow. All right. So I'm gonna get, I have talked about these eyeliners before. We have the Pillow Talk and we have the dark brown. I'm gonna put the dark brown this time. I also have the double-ended, which has a medium brown. But I want just something darker there. I'm gonna do my little thing like I showed you before, and maybe you're new to my channel. It's just that in other videos I explain my way of putting the eyeliner. It's basically kind of put a line almost at the end, not at the vertex, at the end, and flick it up, and then kind of bring it back. Look how beautiful. Absolutely. So I'm gonna put mascara and I'm gonna be right back to do lips. Okay, so I'm back. So what I did is I just applied this roller lash mascara. I have mentioned this in the past because it's one of my favorites. And so let's do lips. So I love Charlotte Tilbury lip liners. I have talked about that in the past as well. One of my favorite ones, oh, I just brought Super Size. So one of my favorite is Super Size Me. I think it's a very, it's more in the brownish, very natural. It's not as light as Pillow Talk. So Pillow Talk is a little lighter. I'll show you here. Pillow Talk is one of her best sellers, which I want to do a video with all the Pillow Talk. All right, so this second one is the Super Size Me. This is Super Size Me, this is Pillow Talk. Can you tell that one is a little stronger than the other one? Yeah. It even looks a little, what is it? Pinkier, or is it just that it is? No, but it has a little brown. So it's just a stronger, but it has brown in it. So let's put that on. Look how beautiful. Yeah, the Pillow Talk wouldn't have, it doesn't, you can't tell in my lips. It actually makes them lighter, which I don't appreciate. Another trick that I learned from Lisa Eldridge is, she's a makeup artist from England. Oh, you heard me talk about her all the time. So when she first launched her lipsticks, she didn't have lip liners. And she recommended this lip liner for some of her lighter shades. And she said that some of those lipsticks also made her look all bare. And that's why she used a darker lip liner in order to help to be able to wear those very light shades that were so in style. So she recommended this lip liner from Makeup Forever. And it is the 610 Versatile Chestnut. Now, I really like this recommendation. It's very dark. It's this color. You see, it's very brown, but I like it. I'm doing it very lightly because it makes your lips look fuller. You see that? I try to make it a little stronger so you could see. And especially as I'm maturing, getting older, I can tell how my lips there are a little, they used to be fluffier and lifted, like, you know, how young lips look. And now I can see this fading away a little bit, at least the distinction in the coloring. So having something darker like this and making it just outside, really, I feel that feels that little change that is happening, makes them appear more fuller, and it takes that little fading coloring sort of away. And I think when you apply the lipstick, it also gives it a little frame, because the other lip liner that I wore, yes, is a little pinkier, a little softer, and kind of fill inside of the lips too, which I like, and probably will make the lipstick long lasting, which I like, but it didn't do that framing. So I really like this color. I appreciate Lisa Eldridge for recommending it, and now I use it, you know, for this kind of situations, even though we're gonna wear two different lipsticks and they're not both light, but still I think that bottom, that brown one, looks very good. So when Charlotte Tilbury came up with this face palette, she came with 3 lipstick colors that were supposed to complement this and complement this sort of natural look or wedding look. It was all about love. What did she call this pretty blush beauty? Love in a palette. So it was all about this romantic rose pink love. And she came up with 3 lipsticks. I only have 2 of them. So I have Mr. Kisses and First Dance. And then there was a third one that I believe is called Wedding Bells. The Wedding Bells ones, I believe, was the peachier of the 3. And so since pinks go better with me, and I had been using a lot of her face palette in Stone Rose, which was very, and I'll do another video on that one, but it's very fall, very darker, and very in the peach sort of place, more orange, orange in a peachy kind of sense. And so I wanted just the pink of this collection. Maybe now is a good time to get the Wedding Bells. Anywho, so Mr. Kisses is a lot lighter, and it would have been Wedding Bells. I think Wedding Bells was the lightest in a peachy sort of nude way. And then First Dance. Okay, so let me swatch it for you. This is First Dance. So nice. And this is Mr. Kisses. Well, this one looks very peachy here. I think then the other one was nuder for sure. But at least you have this two in here. So I think I will definitely like this one better, and it's brighter and bolder. But let's try the nuder or the peachier first, which is the Mr. Kisses. Or maybe that was the reasoning. Maybe this one was the peachier. And my reasoning was if I wanted to wear more in a peachy sort of outfit, which is not what I'm wearing today, it will still go with the whole face palette, and you can have this. So if you're traveling, you can just take this too, and you have a peachy sort of look, and then you have you'll see a more bolder pinky sort of thing. So this is the final look with this lipstick. Should I do this? I love it, love it, love it. What do you think? Easy, fast, golden sort of look, but yet in the love face palette. Romantic, softer, sweeter, in love. All right. Now I'm gonna take this off, and I will be right back to show you the other color. Okay, I am back. First Dance, bolder color. I wouldn't say totally pink. I thought it was gonna be kind of rose pink, but I think it has a little more, I don't wanna say coral to it, but that kind of, what do you say, watermelon? But in a very rustic rose sort of way, which is very Charlotte Tilbury, in a very warm, golden colors, right? Is it a cooler shade in the warm section? Because this is probably the coolest that I've seen in her line. Well, she has some coral, like actual coral lipsticks, but yeah. So I love it. I really love it. Surprisingly, probably because of the color I'm wearing, I would like the peachy tone today more. But if I was wearing more of the more pastel greens, blues, that I sometimes wear, white, something like that, I think I would like this color better. So it all depends. But the importance of it, imagine traveling with just this case in those two, and you saw that you can really do different things. And that's even, we didn't try just, you know, like this all over the lid and then this dark brown. Because I tried the medium one, but the medium one is more translucent and shiny. It's more kind of barely there. You can do that all over as well. Actually, there's a look that I want to try. I ordered this Sisley navy kind of eyeliner. It's a thicker size because I saw it somewhere and I loved how it looked. Very, it's a blue but understated blue because it's a darker blue. And you know how I like those things that they're there, but you can't really tell they're there. It has blue, but you can't really tell it's blue. Anyhow, I saw it used with a taupe kind of eyeshadow, one and done. And I saw it with a little brownish. And I ordered it because usually a brown or a taupe only in my eyes, it actually makes me look tired, makes me look like somebody punched me in the eye. Okay, not that far, but usually it doesn't bring me up like copper and oranges, you know, bring up my eyes or lilacs or things like that. So I ordered this eyeliner in order to put it on. So imagine, and I'm gonna try it, this sort of color all over, and then that navy sort of eyeliner. So with very few items, you can really make very different sort of looks depending on your activities. So I love this palette, and I wanted to put this up when the Sephora sale is still happening. You can find all these items in there. So that's lovely. And I guess that is it. This is a time that I invite you to subscribe to my channel if you haven't done it. And this time I'm going to do it right. I always say to please touch the bell on the right hand side of your screen. But see, because we're opposites, I always do this. And then when I saw the video, I'm like, that, you know, for the viewer, that's the wrong side. So now I'm going to do it right. I'm going to say, if you can press the bell on the right side of your screen, right here in the outside, to let you know when I upload videos, which is frequently. And please comment below, suggestions, requests, comments, and tell me if you like this look. Tell me if you like this palette. And I'll see you next time. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.